I'm just some guy in my early 20s, but they scanned my body and it came back 98,000 years old. And right after I woke up, all I did was call out for Siri. And the entire hospital just froze, dead silent. Nobody knew that one little moment got me flagged as a Class A threat by the government. They immediately classified the whole incident top secret and launched a full investigation on me, a guy who'd been in a coma for 3 years. See, during those 3 years, the world changed. Spiritual energy had fully awakened across the planet. Souls from other worlds started pouring in. Some were reincarnated spirits. Others were demonic souls that could possess people. Year 3280 of the Great Xia calendar, January. A cultivator in the Liangzhou Hanzhong region activated the 10,000 souls banner, leaving a trail of blood for 3,000 miles. Year 3280, February. A Western priest claimed he had the gift to raise the dead. Days later, a zombie outbreak hit his region. The West calls these people extraordinaries. We in Xia prefer to call them cultivators. So yeah, cultivators are a double-edged sword. They can be the nation's greatest asset, or they can be an absolute menace to everything keeping society together. I don't understand what any of this has to do with me. But then Wei Yang said something that answered that question immediately.
Don't worry.
The Black Ice platform's target has never been you. Then mid-sentence, a new video suddenly played. Inside the hospital ward on screen. Total chaos. Equipment knocked over everywhere. Papers and files all over the floor. People shoving and stumbling into each other. Ning Yuchan watched the video and his pupils shook. Only one thought crossed his mind. Isn't this literally speak it into reality from the novels? Even Zhao Yu, a modern-day cultivator herself, felt a chill run down her spine after seeing this. Because this wasn't just wiping out every living thing in the building. This was a terrifying level of control. To this day, every documented extraordinary and cultivator on record, even so-called gods, have never been able to make an entire building go completely still. This is what the ancient texts call an immortal's touch. That's when Wei Yang pulled out a photo. A young guy in a hospital gown. You already know who this is, right? Your husband. The one who's been in a coma at that hospital for 3 years. Li Huai'an. 3 years ago, when he got in that car crash and went brain dead, his birth parents had to choose between saving him or his younger brother. They picked the younger one. Your family saved him, and then you went and married him while he was still a vegetable. Honestly, someone of your status shouldn't even be in this room right now. But right now, we urgently need you, as his official wife, to be the bridge between us and him. That's all you're here for. Hearing that, Ning Yuchan finally connected all the dots. So that's why you picked me. But if you've investigated everything about him, then you should know. I married him without his consent. I never even asked him. We didn't even know each other. Now that he's awake, there's no guarantee he'll even acknowledge this one-sided marriage. That's not your problem to worry about. In a sense, you're the only person he has right now. And on top of that, you literally saved his life. Cultivators like him take karma very seriously. What happens if he refuses to communicate? If you want me to be your go-between, you need to tell me what risks I might be walking into. Honestly, I don't know what risks might come up either. In theory, countless cases and data points suggest that cultivators like him, no matter how powerful they were in their past life, have to start completely from scratch in this one. But your guy's situation seems way too different. In his area, there's zero trace of any divine ability or spell being used. Meaning, the second he woke up with nothing but a single sentence, he pulled the entire building into some kind of domain. That has us seriously thinking his previous cultivation level might be way beyond anything we currently understand. Bottom line, he's dangerous. The most dangerous cultivator the Black Ice platform has ever come across. But I can promise you, we will do everything in our power to keep you safe. Ning Yuchan bit her lip, stayed quiet for a long moment, then finally let out a long breath. Fine, I'm in. I'll join the Black Ice platform. But honestly, the real reason she said yes came down to 2 words, cultivation. She knew exactly what joining the Black Ice platform meant. It was her foot in the door to the world of immortal cultivation. No ordinary person can say no to that. The next day, the hospital was brought back to order under government supervision. Everyone who knew anything had their memories of the previous day wiped. Meanwhile, the memories from both of my lifetimes merged perfectly, and I slowly opened my eyes. I'm finally back. For 3 years, I was in another world. Except over there, time didn't move at the same pace. It wasn't 3 years, it was 98,000. Right then, the door to my hospital room swung open. A nurse walked in wearing a face mask, pushing a cart loaded with medical equipment. She saw me sitting there in thought, and instinctively gave me a smile. Sir, you're awake! How are you feeling? But what happened next, she did not see coming. The moment our eyes met, the space around us started warping. The walls around her began crumbling piece by piece. Then, like a mirage, everything snapped back to normal. Over and over on a loop. Her heart nearly stopped, and it felt like an invisible hand had just grabbed her heart and was squeezing. The suffocation spread through her entire body. My frail silhouette standing in front of her seemed to grow impossibly tall in that instant, like a mountain so massive it blocked out the sky, bearing down on her with its full weight. Her survival instincts kicked in and she started backing away. Her legs gave out, she collapsed. Run!
Or I'll die.
But the next second, I pulled back the pressure and calmly looked away. You can go. I'm tired. The nurse bolted out of the room without a single look back. She didn't stop until she was back in her car with the door locked. Only then did she rip off her mask and gasp for air. Well, you barely made it out alive. First contact with an unknown cultivator. It's one of the most dangerous missions there is. We have zero data to go on when it comes to their personality or background. Not long ago, a Black Ice platform agent made the mistake of angering a cultivator who called himself righteous. Got turned into a living puppet of flesh and blood. Still missing to this day. Zhao Yu got down to business. Based on direct contact, Here's my assessment of the target. Point 1. Do not approach without authorization. He showed a clear hostile response to my presence. Whether he made my cover, still unclear. Point 2. The target did retaliate against my probing, but he didn't go for the kill. My personal read: this target fits the profile of a new-gen cultivator. The Black Ice platform currently splits cultivators into two factions: New Gen and Old Gen. New Gen are the integrationists, cooperative with the government, generally friendly toward modern society, rarely cause trouble, recruitable. Old Gen completely mirror the feudal aristocracy. Do whatever they want, openly opposed to society, blacklisted by the government. After hearing Zhao Yu out, a flicker of disappointment crossed Wei Yong's eyes. He knew full well that Ning Yuchan had been pressured and coerced into joining the Black Ice platform. Her loyalty and compliance couldn't hold a candle to a veteran like Zhao Yu. That's why he wanted Zhao Yu to test my attitude first. If I was fine with Zhao Yu, it'd be better to use their own people. Better to use someone already on the inside. But turns out I wanted nothing to do with any of them. No choice then. It had to be Ning Yuchan. Shortly after, Zhao De returned to the Black Ice platform's Qinzhou branch and was walking Ning Yuchan to the archives. Ning Yuchan suddenly asked something she'd been sitting on for a while. Sister Zhao Yu, is Li Huai'an, is he really that powerful? You all seem genuinely scared of him. Powerful, absolutely. How powerful exactly, it's still hard to say. We rate cultivators on a scale A, B, C, D, and Nation Pillar, 5 tiers. Based on current intel, Li Huai'an's been rated tier A. Though honestly, a big chunk of that rating just comes from how little we know about him. We have no idea what his cultivation level was in his past life, so ratings like this have to factor in a lot of variables. Don't go getting too attached to your husband. The cultivator world plays by different rules. Cultivation runs on 4 things: technique, wealth, companionship, land, and none of it. No cultivator is born with any of it. They have to take it. Constantly. You don't take from others, others will take from you. And if you don't want to get taken from, your only option is to get stronger. But getting stronger requires more resources. It's a cycle you can never escape. Ning Yuchan went quiet several times, trying to find a way to push back on Zhao Yu's point. But every time she opened her mouth, she realized the woman was right. If you're not fighting for resources, where are they going to come from? Nobody's handing over what they worked hard for free. By now, they just reached the archive room. Zhao Yu pulled out a thick red-covered book from the shelf, the cover stamped in gold lettering. Chronicles of Immortal Cultivation, Volume 1. This is compiled from cultivator journals we've collected, specifically major events from various periods of the cultivation world. In other words, these are the records we've preserved that were worth passing down. Ning Yuchan had barely read a few pages before his hands started trembling, because the records showed that a cultivator at the Golden Core stage could live up to 5,000 years. Keep in mind, from the Qin dynasty to modern day is only about 2,000 years. He genuinely couldn't picture it. What does a person even become after living 5,000 years? Could you even still call them a person at that point? Lost in thought, his fingers absent-mindedly twisted together. Sister Zhao Yu, what do you think we ordinary people look like in the eyes of those cultivators? The ones who can fly and teleport? Zhao Yu paused for a moment. You know what a mayfly is? It's an insect that lives and dies in a single day, from birth to death, a few weeks at most. Against the lifespan of a cultivator, we're just mayflies floating on the water. Real talk. In over 90% of cases where cultivators harm ordinary people, from their perspective, they genuinely don't think they're doing anything wrong. An ant was in my way. What's wrong with stepping on it? Those mortals got to serve as my blood fuel. They should be grateful. These words, direct quotes from cultivators who use their power to break the law. Ning Yuchan bit her lip. My harmless-looking face flashed through her mind. Would he be like that too? Can't say for sure. Reading a cultivator's true nature takes long-term observation. And don't drive yourself crazy over this. The world isn't just black and white. A wolf eating a sheep isn't wrong. A shepherd killing a wolf to protect his flock isn't wrong either. They're both just surviving. Us protecting ordinary people doesn't mean we're on the side of justice. It's just because we used to be ordinary people ourselves. That's it. Ning Yuchan paused. The knot that had been weighing on him felt like it got struck by lightning. Suddenly everything made sense. But then a new question rose to the surface. What's this undying mountain the book keeps mentioning? In my view, the undying mountain described in the book isn't really a journal entry. It reads more like a legend. It talks about an eternal undying being who lives on that mountain. He once walked among the living, witnessed the rise and fall of dynasties, the birth of immortal sects, yet time left no mark on him.